Alright, here we go with a roundup of sorts. We're recording the same video with 3 different cameras all at the same time. So if you're watching one video, then you could look at the other two to do a direct comparison. I'm likely going to take these videos, encode them in MP4, and stamp a little URL in the lower right-hand corner of the video. But then you'd be able to take a look and compare directly to see which camera you think records the best in this light, in these conditions. Right now, I've got the Flip Mino HD, the Kodak Zi6, and the Creative Vado HD. The Flip Mino HD and the Creative Vado are sitting equidistant from me at this point in time, and the Kodak Zi6 is approximately 7 inches behind them. Despite this, the fact that the Creative Vado HD is pretty much as far away from me as the Flip Mino HD, you'll notice that the Creative Vado HD has got a far greater range in terms of what it's taking in with its lens. It's a wide angle, so I'm able to get more in the frame. I'd be able to get closer to something or an object and still get everything around it, versus the Flip Mino HD, which really has no wide angle capabilities at all. Cuts a lot off from the frame, so you kind of have to take a step back to get everything in the picture. The Kodak Zi6 I've reviewed before, the Flip Mino HD I've reviewed before. This is my first official recording on the Creative Vado HD, and the reason why I chose to do this roundup is because out of all 3 of these cameras, the Flip Mino HD, the Kodak Zi6, the Creative Vado HD, I would hand it to the Creative Vado HD, hands down. And you might remember the comparison I did between just the Flip Mino HD and the Kodak Zi6. I didn't have a clear winner, because while the Flip Mino HD did really well in low light, the saturation was just not that good, much like the Flip Ultra that I reviewed way back when. Not to mention, I just could not get a perfect skin tone in these lighting conditions. White balance was completely off, not just with the Flip Mino HD, but specifically with the Kodak Zi6. Plus, with the Kodak Zi6, it has this weird, I guess it's, well, I'd say it's a bug, that in low light conditions, it will drop frames. Like, it will make it look like the subject's moving in slow motion. It's not smooth. Even at 60 frames a second, it's horrible, and Kodak has yet to address this. I don't know if it's a hardware problem or if it's a software problem. Kodak has known about this error, and I've yet to see him address it. So for that reason, I'm probably going to be selling my Kodak Zi6, and I'm probably also going to be selling the Flip Mino HD, because the winner, in my book, is the Creative Vado HD. Even though I've only had it for about an hour, out of the box, it impressed me with the quality of the recordings. Not only were lines sharper, not only were the colors more natural, I seem to have more of a skin tone in this recording with the Kodak, I'm sorry, with the Creative Vado HD. I got to keep 3 product names in mind here. Than I do compared to either the Flip Mino HD or the Kodak Zi6. On the Flip and the Kodak Zi6, I come out looking a little yellow, versus the recording that is happening on the Creative Vado HD, where I have more of a skin tone in these conditions. Not only that, but right now I'm sitting equidistant from the Flip Mino HD and the Creative Vado HD, and the Kodak Zi6 is sitting approximately 7 inches behind each one of those cameras. Despite that, the Creative Vado HD has a wider angle lens, so it's able to get more of what's around me. Consequently, I look like I'm sitting further behind, or that the Creative Vado is sitting further behind. That's not the case. And think about it. If you're in the field trying to take a movie of something, or a picture of something, you don't want to go all the way back to get everything. You want to be as close as possible. And that is where the Creative Vado HD is going to win. It's capable of recording 2 hours approximately of HD video. I suppose I could probably increase the quality. I'm taking it, I think, at normal HD quality, normal, 1280 by 720p. On all 3 of these cameras, but I believe there's a higher quality setting specifically for the Creative Vado HD. I just haven't necessarily turned that on. So not only does my skin look more natural, frame rate's good, it connects by USB. The movie played right out of the box on Mac OS X. Comes with software, of course, much like the Kodak Zi6 or the Flip Ultra. or I'm sorry, the Flip Mino HD, as well as the Flip Ultra, I suppose. But software is never really, you know, one of the things that I look for in terms of buying hardware. I've got my own software, thank you very much. Out of all three of these, in my estimation and in my book, the clear winner is the Creative Vado HD. Not just because of price, because they're all pretty much in the same class in terms of price, but in terms of quality, in terms of picture, in terms of what you get you know, out of the box. It does so much better just without doing anything. You just turn it on, press record, and you're off to the races. So anyway, there's a roundup. If you're asking what I think, it's the Creative Vado HD, and now I'm going to be selling my Flip Mino HD and Kodak Zi6, so if you think those two are better, fine, I'm selling them. However, I'm not going to discount them sharply because they were hardly used, and I spent a lot of money, and I want to recoup my costs. So if you have a serious offer, then let me know. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. Of course, you know, I'm constantly looking at all the latest hardware and software trends. We've got a community of geeks at geeks.pirillo.com and a chat room that's streaming. Well, it's not HD, but it's okay quality, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in conjunction with a chat room at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.